Welcome back to the Pollution Studies podcast with
Creighton Bernbeck,
Anthony Seck,
and me, Rory Kubik.
In this episode, we'll be discussing the many pollution issues throughout Asia and Africa, specifically China, Ghana, and the Philippines.
Have you heard about the pollution crisis going on throughout the world? It's even worse than you may have thought. At the rate the world is currently going with pollution, the Science News Journal predicts that half the world's population will no longer have access to clean water by 2050.
As we have researched, we have found that China is currently working to switch to renewable energy since they're one of the largest emitters of greenhouse gases. They're working to not produce so much of it into the air.
The Philippines also have a big problem with the pollution, mostly from factories, trash, and cutting down trees, which are making the air and water dirty. This hurts animals, plants, and people, but many people are working hard to clean up and protect the environment.
Over in Ghana, they still have a large pollution problem on their hands. They are one of the leading countries in Africa because of their wealth and wide range of production industries, but that leads to trash-filled streets, smoke in the air, and pollutants in the water.
Similar to Ghana, China also has pollution all over the cities, but in this case, the air is very polluted. An article by The Guardian stated that the effects that air pollution has had on China is drastic. The number of deaths in 2005 was 2.6 million people dying due to the air quality caused by pollution. Since then, more present numbers have significantly decreased to 213,000, but are still taking drastic measures to fix these numbers.
Yeah, same with the pollution in the Philippines. It makes the air dirty and hard to breathe, which can make people sick. It also harms the beautiful oceans and rivers, hurting fish and other animals that live there too, making it harder for people to catch food. The accumulation of waste and chemicals in these water bodies can lead to the decline of ecosystems, resulting in the loss of biodiversity and disrupting the livelihoods of communities that depend on fishing and tourism.
China also has water pollution issues. Although the majority of the pollution that is most concerning through China is the pollution in the air, there's also a significant amount of water pollution considering China is one of the biggest producers of goods and merchandise for the whole world, with constant transportation going on overseas, as there are 34 major ports as well as 2,000 minor ports throughout all of China, recorded by TJ China Freight.
Similarly, according to the Energy Tracker Asia, the Philippines have had 420 primary rivers and 221 lakes, which supply 50% of the country's potable water. Polluted drinking led to an average of around 500,000 cases of waterborne diseases annually between 2010 and 2019.
Well, that's a lot of people that depend on natural water supplies like that. Actually, Ghana has a very similar problem. Have you guys ever heard of something called galamsey? It's the process of illegally mining for gold in Ghana. Due to low wages and other problems, people wanting more income have to resort to illegal means like this. The miners use liquid mercury metal to get the gold out of the ground, and that spreads into the soil and water once they're done with it.
Well, the air pollution in the Philippines is a problem that affects many people too. It comes from cars, factories, and burning trash, which makes the air dirty and hard to breathe. To help, we can plant more trees and use less plastic to keep our air clean and healthy.
Yeah, those are some good ideas to help out. On another note, here in the U.S., most people like us use gas or electric stoves in their kitchen to cook food. I think everyone would agree it's pretty standard, and I've never really thought of cooking as a pollution problem. But in Ghana, the majority of the population used firewood or charcoal to cook, even inside their own homes and kitchens. You can imagine how dirty that makes the air inside their homes when everyone's cooking dinner or something. According to the World Health Organization, these cooking methods are responsible for over 4 million deaths worldwide each year.
When the COVID-19 virus started spreading, that helped significantly with the air quality improving throughout China because everyone was in lockdown. The deaths due to COVID-19 and the decline in the population levels helped contribute to the success, since one of the number one reasons the air quality was so poor was due to the high population numbers throughout China.
I guess some good really did come out of lockdown. I didn't realize that lower population numbers would help that much.
The Philippines are also dealing with the plastic pollution in the Philippines that is caused by single-use plastics, bad waste management, and limited awareness. The efforts to fix the problem include policy reforms, improved waste management, and cleanup initiatives. Water pollution in the Philippines is a critical issue affecting the nation's health, economy, and environment.
Overall, after seeing the deaths in the country due to pollution all over China, they have started taking it more seriously and are still working on it to this day, with numbers going down significantly daily.
The Philippines is working hard to fix the pollution by planting more trees and cleaning up beaches. They also encourage people to recycle and use less plastic to help keep the environment clean and safe for everyone.
It's really cool that they're working so hard to improve the conditions. Unfortunately, Ghana hasn't done a whole lot to solve pollution issues over there. They have made some attempts at fighting against illegal mining and putting more funding into pollution cleanup efforts, but most have fallen apart without great results. Pollution's a big issue in Africa that needs more effort put into solving.
The Philippines is working hard to reduce pollution by cleaning up rivers and promoting recycling. Although there are still challenges, many people are joining together to help protect the environment and keep their country clean. All right, I think we've covered the main points about pollution.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode on the pollution studies.
I hope all our listeners learn more about pollution and ways it could be solved in the future. See if there's anything you can do in your community to help.